Satellite imagery has revealed exactly where the US military is positioned near Iran, providing a clear picture of the American buildup, according to the Washington Post. Imagery captured on January 25 showed a dozen F-15E Strike fighters stationed at Jordan's Muwaffaq Salti air base, underscoring the forward-deployed posture of US air power. About 12 US warships are assembled in or near Iranian waters, reinforcing pressure on Tehran and demonstrating Washington's ability to project force rapidly, as reported by the Washington Post. The buildup includes carrier strike groups, guided missile destroyers, and submarines strategically positioned at key maritime chokepoints across the Persian Gulf and Arabian Sea. These deployments are framed as preparation for potential strikes on Iranian military facilities, particularly missile and drone infrastructure, rather than a purely defensive posture. Officials told the Washington Post that President Trump is considering targeting Iranian missile and drone production sites to degrade Tehran's ability to threaten regional targets. This would mark a major shift compared to the 2025 US strikes that focused on Iranian nuclear sites, signaling a new emphasis on conventional military capabilities. The Pentagon's reported strike options are designed to degrade Iran's ability to project power regionally by hitting stockpiles, launchers, and manufacturing hubs. Iranian missile stockpiles and drone fleets have already been used against Gulf allies and commercial shipping, raising fears of further attacks if left unchecked. However, Washington is trying to balance these military threats with a strong desire to avoid triggering an open, all-out regional war that could spiral out of control. Washington is walking a knife edge, maintaining credible force while leaving just enough space for last-minute diplomacy to avert direct conflict. Amid this escalating US military buildup, Tehran has issued a fresh and explicit warning directly aimed at Israel's security. Iran said that any US strike on its soil would trigger a direct military response against Israel, effectively linking any American action to Israeli territory. In an interview with Al-Mayadeen, Supreme Leader Khamenei's advisor Ali Shamkhani delivered this stark warning, framing Israel as a primary target in any retaliation. This comes just days after IDF Chief of Staff al-Zami held secret strategic talks on Iran in the United States to coordinate Israel's defense posture with Washington. Israel fears the US will negotiate only on the nuclear issue, leaving Iran's powerful missile capabilities untouched and still aimed at Israeli cities. Tel Aviv believes Tehran may offer cosmetic nuclear compromises as a bargaining chip, but will refuse to concede any meaningful limits on its missile program. Israel's greatest concern is that Trump may ultimately focus only on the nuclear issue and treat missiles as a secondary matter in any deal. This approach would effectively legitimize Iran's missile program, leaving advanced systems fully operational and ready to be used against Israel in future crises. The US military buildup across the Gulf indicates that Trump is buying time for diplomacy while maintaining credible military pressure on Tehran.